Hello guys, great to see you all. Today we're going to be talking about language in context, so contextualizing language. So context, we're going to be learning all about this today. The presentation will be very short and to the point. It won't take too long, I promise. Hey, do you like the beach? I love the beach. Shall we go to the beach and do this presentation? Yeah, let's go to the beach. See you soon. Hello guys, we made it to the beach. Wow, it's pretty hot. Okay, so remember, we're going to be talking about context today. So words in context. So what exactly does that mean when you look at a word in context? Well, let me give you an example. Maybe there's a sentence that you're reading in English and there's a word that you do not understand in that sentence. Very annoying, right? Yeah. So sometimes you need to get your dictionary maybe out or search online what this word actually means in the sentence, right? So what context means is you're looking at that word that you don't understand, but what does it mean in the whole sentence? You need to discover what that word means in the whole sentence, right? So you need to look at the whole sentence where the word is actually in. So you're looking at the context, the background, what that sentence is trying to tell you, any clues that sentence is trying to tell you about that word, right? So that's what we mean by context. You're looking at a sentence and you're thinking about the sentence. What is the sentence all about? What is it trying to actually tell me, right? So I'm going to give you some tips now how to find out the actual meaning of a word in context. All right, so let's get into it. Okay guys, so looking at words in context. So you want to discover what the word means that maybe you do not know in the context of the sentence. What are some ways you can actually do that? Well, let's have a quick look. Sorry, I'll just put my glasses on. The sun is so strong. Okay, awesome. Yeah. So there's three ways that you can use to guess the meaning of a word in context. So the first one is to look at synonyms in the sentence. So synonyms. Now remember, a synonym is like a similar word, right? Then you can also look at what we call an antonym in the sentence. And an antonym is not a similar word, it's the complete opposite. So it has the opposite meaning of the word. And the other one is an example. So maybe in the sentence it will give you an example of something it is referring to. So those are three different ways that you can use to discover the meaning of the word, okay, in context. So looking at synonyms, antonyms, and looking at examples as well. All right, so let me give you an example here of a sentence. I'm going to make the sentence up, right? So for example, David is a very bad student. He never does his homework. He always talks in class, all right? So his teacher is very beep. Okay, what does that mean? Beep, I don't know this word, okay? David is a very naughty student. He never does his homework in class, all right? Never does it, always talking. So his teacher is always very beep. Now what could this word beep mean? All right, now I've made this word up. It means nothing actually, right? But you need to try to guess what this word means in the context of the sentence. So what is the context? It's about David. He's maybe a bad student, doesn't do his homework on time, always talks in class, all right? So his teacher is always what? So what could beep mean? What could this word mean? Any ideas what this word could mean? Probably angry, right? Teacher is always angry or frustrated or sad. So that's what I mean, guessing the word in context. Look at the context of the sentence, it will always reveal what that word may mean, right? And that's just a little example I gave you there. Awesome. So let's look at another example here that we can make, looking at a word in context. So maybe we could say, David is a very good student. He does his homework on time, and he always gets very good marks in his exams. So his teacher is always very beep. Beep? What does this beep mean? So remember, look at the context of the sentence, which is about David is a good student. He's studying very hard all the time, does his homework, gets good grades for his exams. So his teacher is always what? Do you think his teacher is going to be sad? Or maybe happy? Or pleased? Probably happy, right? Teacher's going to be very happy. Okay, so that's what I mean. Look at the word in context, all right? Look at the whole sentence. Read each word carefully. Think about it. What is this sentence trying to tell me? What is the background of the sentence? It will save you a lot of time rather than looking at a dictionary, looking for the word that you do not understand, right? So we're going to have a look now on paper. It's a practical. I will show you on Microsoft Word, okay? How to identify the meaning of a word that you do not know in a sentence, so in context. So we'll look at, as I mentioned earlier, a synonym, an antonym, and an example that is sometimes given. These three ways can help you identify the word that you do not understand, all right, in the context of the actual sentence. So let's have a look at this, and see you soon, and stay awesome. Hello everybody, welcome back. So let's have a look at a real-time example of looking at words in context. So now we can make the connection. We've talked about the theory. Let's have a look at a bit of a practical example here. So let's look at the first word. They're underlined in the first box. You'll see it says clandestine. So the plan was clandestine. Alex might not do it because he hates secret activities. So imagine you do not know what this word means. Clandestine, strange word. I don't understand what this word actually means. So remember, you need to look at the word in context. Look at the whole sentence. What is it trying to tell you? Look at any hints, any clues. So remember, I mentioned synonyms are a good way of sometimes finding out what a word means. So let's have a look. So clandestine, what could that mean? So Alex is the name of a man or a boy, might not do it because he hates secret activities. So okay, so he hates secret activities. So clandestine then could perhaps, if we think about a synonym there, it could actually mean hidden. He hates secret activities. He hates hidden activities. So maybe that could make sense there, right? So actually, the context clue there is a synonym, all right? Because clandestine and secret are very similar meanings. So there you go. Right, you found out what that word means by looking at a synonym within the sentence, and then you're figuring out what clandestine means. So clandestine, secret are a synonym of each other. They basically mean pretty much the same thing, right? Let's look at 2 then. We'll move on to number 2. The second example, let's have a look here. She thinks the house is valuable, but this is incorrect. The house is worthless. Okay, so the underlined word worthless. Maybe you do not understand what worthless means. So what else? We have a synonym. We've used a synonym. How about an antonym? We can look for an antonym maybe within the sentence. that could give us a clue what worthless means. Okay, so actually, worthless means doesn't have much value. It's not really worth much money, right? So the opposite of that is valuable. So she thinks the house is valuable, but this is incorrect. The house is worthless. So worthless and valuable, they're opposite of each other. So that's an antonym, right? So the context clue there for you is going to be an antonym, right? Worthless and valuable. They are opposite of each other. All right, see how that works, right? So always search for a synonym, search for an antonym. Can always sometimes provide you with the answer to the word that you are not sure of. Let's look at the last one then. So objects like the sun are so luminous that it is difficult to look directly at them. Okay, I don't understand what luminous means. What could this word means? So perhaps we could, let's have a look at the context clue there. What could it be? Maybe it could be an example here, right? This is an example here because they're using the sun as an example, right? So objects like the sun are so luminous that it's difficult to look at them directly. So they're using here the sun as an example, right, of being luminous. So luminous means light, right? As it is difficult to look at them directly, right? So your context clue here is going to be an example as it's using the sun, right? Which is so luminous, which is so light. So you can see there, that's the actual context clue there. All right, everyone. So hopefully this will give you a little bit more understanding of using context clues. So synonyms, antonyms, and examples. Okay, guys, so if there's one important thing that you should remember from today's class is that looking at the context of the sentence is very, very important, all right? I recommend you don't go look at a dictionary, don't go online to search for a word, but try to explore what the word could mean in the actual context of the sentence, all right? Try to discover what that word could mean. Try to guess what it could mean in the sentence, right? Because a sentence will often, as I mentioned to you, reveal what the answer is to what the word means, all right? So do look at the context of the word always. Look at the story behind the sentence. What is the sentence trying to tell you? Think about it. Look at various words there. What could it mean? And take a guess. And normally you'll find the answer. Okay, everyone, it's been great having you here once again with me today. Do take care of yourselves. And you know the drill, right? As always, take care and stay awesome.